Hey guys, welcome to Multiplayer Monday. Tonight we're going to be playing Splatoon as usual. We always start with Splatoon, we'll switch out to some other things. I'm thinking about Monster Hunter after this, and then maybe a little bit of Fortnite if Loyalty shows up and wants to try that. Although I'm not too keen on the game, I don't think I'd play it for too long. Beyond being bad at it, it just hasn't grabbed me in the way that it's grabbed the rest of the world. I don't know. You've seen Fortnite a little bit, babe. What do you think of Fortnite?
It's one of those kinds of games that I just don't get into in any kind of capacity. But to be honest, I feel the same way about Overwatch and all those other kind of fighting games.
But even just like watching it, I'm saying, I know it's probably not your cup of tea for playing, but like.
No, I mean, I don't find fighting games fun in any capacity. Because unless I know how to play them, I don't get what's going on.
Right.
It's not like I can be like, oh yeah, beat him with the so-and-so. Like, that's part of the fun of watching any kind of sport. And fighting games are kind of like sports.
Right. Yeah.
And if you don't know how they're played, it's kind of like, oh, yeah, do that thing, I guess?
The only genre I don't like is, well, there's two, I guess. I don't like super realistic sport games. So if it's like NBA 2K or Madden or like NFL 2017, whatever.
Go play a sport.
Those, yeah, I'm just kind of like, I find playing them just as much fun as watching them, and watching them I don't find terribly fun either. But I do like when they add some fantasy elements to it, like Mario Tennis would probably be a fun one. I know Mario Golf I've always liked because there's a little more fantasy and fun added to it, and trick shots and all kinds of crazy stuff. Stuff like what was I just gonna say? I don't know. Oh, the other genre was fighting games. I just can't get into for whatever reason. I think they're just too. Unless there's no in between button mashing and being really good at the game. Like in between phase, there's no. You either suck or you're godly. I feel like, and to get to godly takes hundreds of hours of practice in just like one game, because they all play similar enough, but then different at the same time that you kind of have to learn all new mechanics for whatever you're playing. Oh look, this guy says don't play Fortnite. This squid kid was just, I guess he also doesn't like Fortnite. Oh well. That's funny, we were just talking about it. This angers me. Don't place beacons on the spawn points. Why do people do that? They must be doing it to troll. Interesting. Interesting. No Grizzco tonight, guys. No salmon run. Maybe while I wait to see if anyone shows up in chat to play some Splatoon, I'm gonna jump into ranked for now. Do some Splat zones. Let's get out of the A rank. Would be fun.
To get into this new SX rank?
I won't get there. You have to get through S plus 50, I think, before you can even get to X rank. Something insane. 50? I don't know if it goes up to 50, but S rank doesn't stop at S rank. There's like a bunch of other ranks before you would even get to X rank. I don't think they didn't release X yet, though. X isn't out yet. Still a-coming. I'll never hit X rank. I kind of doubt that. I have to play this game like exclusively to hit X rank. For like days, weeks, probably the rest of the year. At my skill level, it would probably take a lot longer. See? Already dead. Already deaded. Oh, they have the better color too. I like that blue.
If you had to dedicate yourself to any one video game, which one would it be? Like becoming.
I can only pick one. I have to be really good at it.
Yeah, like the pro champion master.
It's an interesting question.
Like, and
It has to be a multiplayer game, right? I couldn't just say like I want to play Don't Starve and that's it for life.
no, you like the kind of the goal is
Has to
like
be competitive.
Yeah, well, there's a competitive element to it. Like, yeah, like you're just the all-around champion. Like, I don't know if there's a way to become champion in Don't Starve. I guess it's like you survived all the days.
But if you're trying to become I figure you're speaking multiplayer then. You want to be competitive in it.
Yeah, I guess you're the lord of it, whatever it is.
So it would have to be something with you know, where you fight each other. Yeah, we lost hard because we didn't even get into the Splat zone. That was terrible. But, I don't know. Maybe it would be Overwatch, because Overwatch is a lot of fun to play. And if I was forced to put in a lot of more hours into that, that'd be fine. I don't think you can really say, like, Monster Hunter is competitive. It's very co-op based. I'd probably get sick of Monster Hunter at some point, too, I feel. But I don't know. I'd probably pick Overwatch right now. Maybe Splatoon 2, but Splatoon 2 also kind of gets a little too similar at some point. Yeah, at some point it gets kind of old if you played it that much. Overwatch has enough going for it, and they update things to it all the time. They tweak, like, you know, they're constantly like making balancing patches, adding new characters. There's always new stuff around the corner, and Blizzard will be supporting that game for years until like an inevitable sequel comes out. And I assume if I picked Overwatch, that means any sequels to Overwatch, if they ever did make an Overwatch 2.
Well, yeah, you can also be like a competitive esporter. Like, that's an option.
And it's a proper esport, yeah, exactly. Like, I don't think Splatoon is quite there yet in that arena. There are professional Splatoon teams and players, but it's not as big as if you're good at Overwatch. Overwatch has a massive deal.
Overwatch, you're like on TV.
Yeah. So if I was gonna put in the time to be good at something, I might as well pick like one of those top tier games. And I actually enjoy Overwatch, so I don't want to pick something just because it's popular. I have to at least like it a little bit. And Overwatch I like. Oh, he was behind me. When that happened. When did that friggin' happen? Oh, okay, we're gonna lose this. Pretty bad. Pretty bad. Oh, of course someone shows up. Both directions! Interesting. Very interesting. We're not getting in there. Damn it! That's 2 in a row. I don't know if I should keep playing ranked. Or at least I'm gonna switch out, because maybe I'm just getting bad team comps. The same people are maybe sitting in on this round.
Yeah, because you're just getting garbage.
Because that was 2 times completely wrecked. Yeah.
That seems disproportionate. I don't think you suck that bad.
Superboy, Selly. I don't know if those were the same people as last time. Yeah, I'm getting out of here. Yeah, I was the only one who actually got like kills. Yeah, I'm gonna drop out for a sec.
Before you freaking destroy your rank.
I'm gonna try it again, but like not with these people. I think it's thrown with the same people, or certain similar people, not everyone. This might fix the problem. And if we fail like completely again, then, you know, I won't do ranked. For now, at least. Take a break from that. Level 66.
Do you know what would be a fun thing to do on the stream one day? Do a couples would you rather. Like there's like places where we can look up would you rather. There's like a would you rather game. We can play it together.
Like it's a streamable game, or just saying we play?
Yeah, I mean like we can download it.
Yeah, we can do anything. It can even be a browser game. We can stream anything really.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, there's
Someone's
no limitations.
named Zula. That's cool. Zula from Avatar.
Who's named Zula?
They're like, you'll see, like their name is like.
Oh, who's doing the commentary? Is the voice the actor?
No. It's someone on your team is named Zula.
Oh, I thought you like some of the work you were doing. Okay. So now we're dominating. See how the tables just turned immediately. Hey, some name. That's okay if you gotta go soon, or you can't play. happy to have you even for a minute. Even if we just get your attention for a minute.
Yeah, we have you now.
We have you. Now you can't leave. I hacked your computer. Now you can't leave this browser page. You're locked in. For life. For life.
In the tree, part of the tree. That was a terrible episode.
Okay, I think we won this. They're not even getting down there. What happened? Did they just give up? Did 2 people leave? Were we 4 versus 2? I don't know what happened. But I'll take it. I'll take the win. Your phone has browsers too. I don't know why you didn't think you'd have a browser on your phone. But I guess you're watching through the Twitch app. Don't worry, we hacked everything. We hacked like all your stuff, all your accounts.
Don't worry about it.
Don't even 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 trip, dog.
Don't even trip, dog. You're hacked up the wazoo.
At this point, just give in.
Just give in to the City Walk. City Walk owns your devices now. Let's see if we can win this round just as easy. Probably not. Yeah, I mean, I just lifted my hack for a second some names so that like, I'm gonna bide my time. I'll hack your devices when I feel the time is right. So for now, I'm giving you the illusion of control over all your devices. You're gonna think that you can like close the app and you can close the browsers and do whatever you want. But you know, at the end of the day, I'm just letting you do that.
So essentially, you're Monica.
Yeah, I'm Monica from Doki Doki Literature Club. I'm in control here. I'm just gonna
Sorry, we should have given you a spoiler alert on that one.
Just gonna make you. I don't think it's if it's a spoiler, it wouldn't make sense. That's the good thing. It's like we didn't really spoil anything. Because you'd be like, what the hell are they talking about? I think.
So babe, how sad are you that we finished Black Mirror?
I'll hack you what I want to, exactly. How sad am I that we're done with Black Mirror? I'm very sad. But I have Twilight Zone to keep me company until like I watch all that. Which is kinda like Black Mirror. The 1950s Black Mirror. You know which episode I just watched today while I was eating lunch?
What?
The one where the guy's glasses break and he's like, there was time now! That was like next on the list.
That's funny.
Where the apocalypse strikes, and all he wants to do is read. It's actually, I've never seen the beginning of the episode, or at least I don't remember seeing the beginning. It's really weird, like, I get his it starts out, he's been reading while at work, like he works as a bank teller. And like, he's like giving people the wrong change, because he's like, oh, did you read this book? He's like annoying the customers with his like nerdiness. And so the boss like brings him in the back room, he's like, dude, you can't keep reading on the job. Like, it's a place of business.
Keep reading, you're fired, essentially.
Exactly. If you keep reading, you're fired. The funny thing, though, is he was even like, you can't read in your lunch break either. He was just like, he was being really... That's where he was like kind of being a total dick. The boss is like, I've seen you reading in your lunch hour, you weirdo. And he like calls him like a weirdo for reading, and I'm like, okay, this is getting a little out of hand. But then the guy explains, he's like, well, you know, my wife doesn't let me read at home. Like, anytime I'm reading... She, like, yanks the newspaper out of my hand, or she'll, like, hide my books and magazines, and I'm like, okay, that's kind of odd. That's kind of weird. Like, your wife sounds a little psycho, but... Alright, maybe it's not as bad as I think, right? So the next scene is, he's at home, reading the newspaper. Sure enough, the wife comes in, just goes like, how dare you be reading, and, like, yanks the newspaper out of his hand. She's just like, the art of conversation is being lost on you and your reading, your incessant reading. And he's just a passionate reader. Like, that's all his crime is. She never lets him read. She takes his book of poems and frickin' pretty much went through every... Like, this is... Think of how long this would have taken. She goes through the entire book with, like, a Sharpie and crosses out all the words on every page so that he can't read it. Like, she's diabolical. Anyway, at the end of the day... He's reading one day at lunch, even though he's not supposed to at work, but he locks himself in the vault to kind of hide from his boss so they can't, like, he won't know that he's reading. and like an atomic bomb like goes off and blows up the whole world. Like everyone's dead except for him. He's the only guy alive. He's the only one that survived because he was in the bank vault, and I guess the bank vault was secure from atom bombs. Which I'm like, all right, I'll play along. And now he's like, he's suffering from like crippling loneliness after like a day, mind you. It's not like it's been actually it might have been a while. They kind of the way they transitioned to time made it look like maybe a little bit of time went by. And he's just incredibly bored, and he's like, man, the loneliness. I can't stand the loneliness. If only there was something to do. And he actually finds a gun, and he's about to kill himself. It gets dark. But then, he notices the public library in the distance. And he's like, oh my god, books! I forgot, I love reading. I don't know why he didn't think of this earlier. And he gets like, so now he starts making piles, like this is what I'm gonna read next month, this is what I'm gonna read the month after that. Here's next year, and the year after that. He works out what he's gonna read and when, for like eternity. And then he cracks open the first book, and what happens? Yeah, he kind of stumbles. He was sitting down. He stumbles, and his glasses fall off his face, and they smash on the ground, and they break. And then of course he needs them to read, and he's just like, no, it's not fair. There was time now. All the time in the world. And so yeah, that's how it ends. He's like, he got screwed. Because the Twilight Zone, maybe 80% of the time, doesn't end on a happy note. They usually end with something bad happening, or someone getting screwed. Anyway, that was my fun Twilight Zone episode story from the episode I watched today at lunch. I've been watching the series, like, from the beginning. I actually skipped the first, like, 10 episodes for some reason, and now I went back to watch them. This was, like, one of the very first episodes. I think it was, like, episode 6 or 7 of the entire series. I think it's probably considered one of the best ones, or at least the most memorable ones by most people who watch the show. I liked it. It was pretty fun. So we're about to lose this. I'm not even paying attention. Did we win or lose? I think we won. It said 34, right? Yeah, we won. I was just talking about the Twilight Zone the whole time. Alright, some name, see you later. You might have left ages ago. I was on a Twilight Zone rant. But, hey, Kawaii! Yeah, we were talking about Twilight Zone. You walked right into Twilight Zone. Kawaii likes Twilight Zone, if I remember correctly. You're a fan. I used to watch it. Probably the last time I watched that show was before now, like this past week that I've been watching them, was when I was dating my last girlfriend many years ago.
Never happened.
Never happened.
Fake news.
Fake news. She was a nurse, so she would work like night shift sometimes. And I was in school, but I would like kind of wait up I would wait up really late for her to get home so that we would just be able to spend more time together, because like otherwise we just saw each other for like 2 hours. And Twilight Zone was always on TBS, no, Sci-Fi Channel at like 5 in the morning for like an hour, and I just watched the Twilight Zone like every night. It's part of my nightly ritual of trying to stay awake.
I actually did something similar because Mom used to hang out with her friends pretty late. So I would watch Full House because it was the only thing that was on.
Right.
And was kind of like something I'd be interested in. So like 3 a.m., 4 a.m., I'm watching like Full House.
There's something like, I don't know, calming about those kinds of shows, especially late at night.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but...
And kind of addicting, like it kind of like helps you stay awake.
Right.
Like it's also not taxing, I think, that's part of it.
Yeah, they're very, yeah, especially like something like Full House. It's like kind of got a straightforward message, everything wraps up neatly in one episode. With Twilight Zone, they're all self-contained stories, so like they tell the whole thing in like 25 minutes, and you're done. You can move on to the next story. Which I think is why I ended up liking Black Mirror so much, because it kind of has that, it's like a higher production value Twilight Zone, but focused on technology. Like specifically, they have at least a theme. Twilight Zone could be anything. Sometimes it gets very supernatural. Sometimes it's like sci-fi. Sometimes it's like actually just pretty normal. There's episodes that are just like pretty normal. Like where not really anything crazy happens, but it's just kind of like, oh wow, that's a scary thought. Ah, get out of here!
like, what if they put pineapples on pizza?
Exactly. Exactly. There's weird stuff like that. I'm trying to think of a good example of one. Oh, there's one. This was a good one. Hold on. Let me see what Kawhi said first before I get into a whole other Twilight Zone story. Oh, you bought some movies today? Your Name? That's a good one. Yeah, we saw that. We liked that movie. Digimon Cyber Sleuth and The Witcher 3. Oh, those were games. The last two were games. That's cool. And Far Cry is coming, right? Next week? I think it's next Tuesday, I believe. Far Cry 5. Yeah, I think it's next week. I'm trying to remember. I think it's 27th. I have that date in my brain hole. Yeah, the other... Okay, so the example of like a Twilight Zone was actually pretty normal. It was all built around the twist ending. So these okay, let's see how it started. Okay, so like a crew of astronauts crash land on like a meteor, right? Something goes wrong during takeoff. You know, the mission control doesn't know where they ended up, and so then the rest of the story just kind of focuses on them trying to survive on this meteor. And pretty much right away, this one guy who's just like the guy to hate. He's pretty much the villain. Like one of the crew members is just like, I need water. It's so freaking hot here, right? And he basically ends up killing his whole crew for like their water. So he could survive this planet. I'm giving you like the Cliff Notes version then. I'm just summing this up real quick. And it turns out, of course, at the end of the day, that they actually crash landed in like Reno, Nevada, like in the desert, and they weren't on a meteor, and they could have all lived. This guy wasn't such an idiot. So that was like the twist. But technically, like nothing supernatural happens. It's just kind of like spaceship crash landed on Earth, and they didn't know it. The crew didn't realize.
They were just like, he was such a douche.
Yeah, the one guy was just like, well, it's all everyone for themselves kind of thing, like, we all have to survive, and like, the captain was always kind of like, no, guy, get in line. We're gonna treat this just like we're gonna continue the mission as we were normally gonna do it. Let's explore the planet, let's find out if, I guess they thought it was a meteor. Let's explore the meteor, let's see if there's any way we can, like, survive here. If there's, like, any water or whatever. But this guy he just ended up picking off the crew one by one whenever they went on expeditions. He would, like, kill the guys, like, oh, I don't know where they went. I went one way, they went the other. And then at the end he kills the captain, too, takes his water, explores, like, another mile, like, not even that far, and he comes across, like, a diner. And it says, like, welcome to Nevada. And he's just like, no! And then it ends. So yeah, that was the twist.
I'm a douche.
He's just like, I'm a douche. I didn't have to kill anybody. That one, oh no, I'm thinking of a different episode, Kawhi. I just watched one yesterday where, like, it's sort of similar. It's a guy he gets left alone on a... I'm trying to think of the one you're talking about, but the one I was thinking of just now when you said that, there's this, like, new, I think, like, they changed the way that they do sentencing for, like, people on, I don't know if they're on death row or just, like, sentenced for life. So instead of life in prison, they send these inmates. I can't imagine how expensive this program is. I don't know how this was ever feasible, but they would send them to, like, a meteor, like, to live on a, like, alone, isolated on a meteor with, like, no interaction with, like, humans. And they would just, like, every couple months, like, a crew of, like, 3 people would come and, like, drop supplies for them so they wouldn't die. And it was just about, like, this guy living alone on an asteroid because he was, like, sentenced to death, essentially. There's, like, death or that. So... But then, like, one of the crew members takes pity on him and gives him, like, an android girlfriend, like a robot girlfriend. And, he ends up falling in love with it. Because it's, like, it's basically just a human, but, like... It looks like a human, talks like a human, walks like a human. It was played by, like, an actress, you know, it's played by a human. And then at the end, like, they're like, oh, good news, they granted you a pardon, they're killing the program, you're allowed to come home, but we can only carry 15 more pounds. Like, you and about 15 other pounds, so some of your effects. And the guy's like, but what about my robot girlfriend? And they're like, yeah, we need to kill that. That's not coming with us. And so they shoot the robot in the face, and the guy's all sad. Then he ends up going home anyway. Again, that's the Cliff Note version. It's a little more emotional than that. It wasn't that bad. This guy's sniping on me. I'm so scared. Oh, I got him. Got that guy, though. Come on. Keep it. Someone needs to kill that sniper, and I think it's gonna be me. Ah!
Murder. Squid brother.
Oh no! Shooting bombs at me! I almost made it up there. Oh.
Squid brother. Squid brother.
Oh, I haven't seen that one yet, Kawaii. I'm looking forward to it. That one sounds cool. Girl invaded by what we think are little like Martians, but they end up just being Americans. Like these are great. We should like sum up episodes of Twilight Zone in one sentence and see like what the derpiest explanation is we can come up with. Like the derpiest summary for a Twilight Zone episode. Man loves reading books, but steps on glasses. The Twilight Zone. Neighborhood Watch thinks aliens are invading, so they kill each other. That's literally an episode. So they end up murdering each other. One of the recent ones, there was this guy who, man, I mean, in the episode they didn't play it this way, but like, he like goes to like his old childhood town, but when he gets there, he's trying to escape like, you know, the rat race of life, living in the big city as like some vice president or CEO or something of some big company. So he goes back to his hometown in like, you know, the boonies of whatever. The boonies of New York? It was weird, because he wasn't that far from New York. Connecticut, I think it was in Connecticut. And like, he gets there, and of course somehow he traveled through time, and he's like back to when he was a kid, so he's like actually back in like the 30s or something. Or the 20s, 1920s. And he ends up like chasing his like former child self, and he's just like running like crazy in the street, like, Martin, I must find Martin! And it's just like, to everyone else this must look like a pedophile running through the streets chasing a little boy. And nobody does anything about it, nobody even cares, no one questions how weird it is. At one point he's at his old parents' place, talking to the parents like, I'm Martin, it's me, your son! And they're like, my son's 11 years old and at the park. And then the guy's just kind of like, Martin, I must go talk to Martin. He says this out loud in front of his parents, and then he runs off screaming, Martin! And the parents just stand at the porch, and they're just like, I wonder what this crazy cook's up to. It's like, he's about to go maybe do something terrible to your child? Maybe you should be more concerned. And chase him down, and not just stand on your porch and let him go, like, look for him. I was kind of like, whoa, this family is way too trusting. The kid, he breaks his leg, he breaks his leg, and then suddenly the guy has a limp now for the rest of his life. But that was like a minor detail of the story. It actually didn't really matter as much as I thought it was going to. Because yeah, he chases him like onto this merry-go-round, and then the kid like falls and gets his leg caught in it. Yeah, I'm having a lot of fun watching this show, as you can tell. Watching it from like start to finish. I'm gonna get through it all eventually. I'm slowly watching it. I'm in no rush. I just watch like an episode or two every day when I have like a moment. And it's been fun. I am enjoying myself. Woo! No, we lost the last round, huh? Didn't we?
Yeah, you did.
Oh, it looks like we're doing good on this one though, but I think we just lost it. Oh no, we're still all kind of there. Nope. One by one, we all died. Oh, one guy lived. Did I get there in time? Oh, my aim was way off. If I had aimed better. Damn. Yeah, and then the neighborhood one was, if you're thinking about the one where like they think aliens invaded, and then like they think like their neighbors are the aliens, because the one kid was just like, I read it in the comic book that the aliens, they disguise themselves as humans. They've actually came years ago, and like so they suspect it's like this family that's kind of weird that moved in. For some reason, they don't believe it at all. They're just like, this kid's crazy, and then they go from like not believing it to just being like the gospel of God. They believe it like within a second. Like, wait a minute, that family's kind of weird. Maybe they are aliens. And you're like, wait, what? You thought this kid was crazy a second ago, and now for no real justification, other than this family moved in 5 years ago, and that's odd and suspicious. I don't know. It got weird. Then they all just end up like tearing themselves apart, and they start accusing each other of being aliens, like each like resident, each home, until they start like killing each other. And then like then at the very end it shifts to like an alien mothership, and this guy's like, see, all we had to do was, I think it all started by they cut the power off in the neighborhood in this like one street, and everyone's just freaking out because they don't have power, and then they start like accusing each other of being aliens that were like invading, and like this was like their first step of their master plan. Then the alien mothership at the end is just like, apparently aliens were invading, but they were like, see, we don't even have to do anything to invade them. We'll just take their power away, and they'll kill each other. They'll do all the work for us. And so that was kind of like the twist, was like, man's pretty terrible. We'll just annihilate ourselves without our creature comforts. That's how you invade a planet. So essentially, if you take nowadays, I guess the equivalent would be take the internet away from us. Probably all lose our minds.
Well,
kill each other.
There was something that they said in Black Panther. Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
There was something that they said in Black Panther is the whole reason that they killed the heart-shaped herb was because it's to destabilize resources, it's to destabilize power, and that does mess up unstable countries, unstable environments, taking away resources. It messes them up because they don't know what to do.
Right.
There's nothing to do, really.
I'm just enjoying, I guess, how Twilight Zone is still like very relevant today. They have a lot of good messages, a lot of good little like snippets, little things to think about. And you were talking about Black Mirror before, Ray, so it just reminded me of that. I've been watching that series. Stephen King's The Mist, yeah. That was very similar, right? I saw the movie, but I didn't read the book. Koala guy. Where's this last person? There you are, Malarkey. Get it, Key, with a bunch of Ys. So many Ys. So wait, Kawaii, why was your name blue for a little bit there? What were you doing? I thought you fixed yours to be green. Did you change it because of St. Patrick's Day and everybody was green? Is that what happened? And now you changed it back. I remember St. Patrick's Day, babe, everybody in the chat was green.
That would be a really
and it was really hard.
Annoying.
It was really hard for me to like tell who was saying what. I couldn't like differ because I tend to usually, depending what game I'm playing, I could just kind of glance at the chat, and so I couldn't really glance anymore because I didn't know who was saying what. I'd have to like take a really hard look, a long hard look at what was going on. But I think on that day, Kawaii changed it to blue to help me out a bit. That's actually, because I guess you're always green, so I guess St. Patty's Day made sense for you to be a little different, you know? Yeah, shook it up a bit. Your version of celebrating was to be blue. I like how, like, when you use this weapon, you splash it out, it looks like a little arrow. I don't know why I like that. Just the way the slosher that I'm using kind of works, the tri-slosher.
Are you still using the same weapon in Monster Hunter Raid?
Yep. I messed with the bow and arrow though, and I like it a lot. So eventually I'm going to start upgrading one of those trees so I can have a good bow and arrow. That weapon's pretty fun. That's going to be my secondary weapon. Which maybe we'll do a little bit of that tonight as part of Multiplayer Monday. That's why I named the stream also Squid's Hunter World. Such an original, cool name, I know. But it's a mashup of the two games I want to play tonight. Yes, I got them before they got me. Woohoo! Hey, Kirby! That's right, Kirby changed his. Or didn't change his. But see, now if you didn't change it, you would have both been blue if Kawaii hadn't just changed back to green, and it would have been confusing. Or maybe... No, you're always blue. Yours is always blue. Kawaii's is always green. Except for on St. Patty's Day, his was blue. Alright, we got this. Come on, we can hold this, guys. Just don't let him in. Oh god. Oh god. Get away from the freaking missiles! Ah, and then a guy. And then a guy. Okay, I can jump on this guy. This guy seems pretty safe. Oh, he's not safe anymore. If he dies, I'm just waiting to see if he dies. Alright, I'm gonna go hide over here, because I think... I don't want to be... If we're all clustered in the same spot, that could be very dangerous. That could be a bad idea. Oh god. I got the low ground, and the worst weapon to not have that height advantage. Damn! Damn! Oh, you're the lighter blue. Okay, perfect. So it would have been fine. See, I'm colorblind. I can't tell. Blue and green are the same color, right? Oh no, they pushed us out! We gotta get in there. Oh, I messed that up hard.
So, babe, what did you think of that episode of This Is Us I Showed You?
I thought it was sad as hell, because they couldn't even end the season on a happy note. I watched the finale of Season 2, guys, tonight, and she already seen it when it aired. And I don't know, do you guys want to hear about This Is Us? I'll let Baby take over. Ray, you can take over. You can give us the This Is Us scoop. Give us the scoops. Alright, Silver, maybe I'll see you at 9. Oh, that's not that far from now, unless you mean 9 o'clock Pacific time. Then that might be a little late. I might have already switched to Monster Hunter by then. And by might have, I mean most likely, definitely. Anyway, babe, let's hear that. Let's hear that summary.
Well, I guess. I'm trying to think.
Kawhi's excited.
Kawhi actually excited.
Mm-hmm. Kawhi's been asking about this even during last week while you were gone.
Okay, so let me think of how I want to structure this. So, I'll do it based off of characters. It's a very character-centric show. So I'll kind of go through what each character has been going through and kind of give a recap of what I've already said, plus what's new has been going on. So, this season has been very Kate-centric, so I suppose we'll start with her, where she went from, at the beginning of this season, finding out that she was pregnant, which was really happy at first, but she was very nervous because she's 37, which, if you didn't know, counts as geriatric pregnancy. Qualifies you for having a geriatric pregnancy, which means that you're at a very high risk because you're older. Geriatric is just another way of saying senior. So there's a lot of complications that can happen with a geriatric pregnancy. Plus, she's very overweight. So she's not super optimistic, but she kind of starts telling everyone. She gets excited, but then she has a miscarriage. And after this happens, she's very upset, she's very sad. But the silver lining is her boyfriend, Dobie, proposes and they decide to get serious about planning the wedding. They kind of do a re-proposal and they say, we're gonna have this huge wedding. They make it into a whole ordeal. And the season finale ends with them doing the wedding, having the wedding. Which is, you know, mazel tov, very nice. But at the end, we find out that the new plot point for Toby and Kate is that Toby will continue to battle with his depression. So
they did a little flash forward.
They did a flash forward where they show that Toby is depressed in bed. But the positive note is they have a dog. They get a dog, they have a dog, and his name is Audio, and he's adorable.
Most important part.
He's adopted, And that's one very major plot point of this season, is we find out all about Kate and her... She and Toby go through a lot this season. However, it also goes into her part in how her dad died. And I'll explain that when I get more into what happens with the dad and the mom and the flashbacks and that kind of thing. But this is just focusing on present day Kate. And that's essentially what happens. She also befriends the anorexic girl in her weight support group, which was alright. I guess it's okay. If you watch this season, you can kind of see how it happened, but it's still... She's still a bit much, but Kate's like, I'm socially awkward around women, so I work with what I can get. Beggars can't be choosers, kind of a feeling. And, you know, as a female who struggled sometimes in making friends with other females, I can feel that. I've gotten better as I've gotten older, but it's definitely still something I've struggled with in the past. However, we move on to Randall, who has a very big part in this season as well, and he starts fostering kids. And one in particular, her name is Deja.
Oh, he fosters multiple kids throughout the season?
No, he doesn't foster multiple kids, but he agrees to foster kids.
Okay.
Like, he's only fostered one so far. Just let's make that clear. And her name is Deja. And her mother is really not the worst, but she's just made a series of very bad decisions. And when you have a kid, it's very hard to be black and make a lot of bad decisions as a parent. There's a lot of judgment involved, and you make enough bad decisions and your kid gets taken away. So Deja's a teenager. And it's really about so Randall and Deja at first butt heads because Deja's very cold, Deja's very distant, Deja misses her mom. She's like, this isn't my home, it'll never be my home, yada yada yada. But then they start getting comfortable with each other, and Deja starts liking Randall, and Randall's always like Deja, so there was no problem there. It's just Deja getting used to the idea that this family actually loves her, and that Beth and Randall actually love her. But then her mom gets out of prison because they essentially say she didn't do anything. Because at the end of the day, they find out that what she was accused of, she's completely innocent of doing. But her mom is still not really a fit mother. She has a lot of issues. The first time Deja was taken away, she developed substance issues. But that makes it very, it's a vicious cycle, essentially. And her mom is really not a great mom. But at first, the mother's like, forget you guys, this is my daughter. And Deja's like, yeah, I gotta go with my mom. But they kind of leave on a happy note until Deja comes back one day and says, hey, my power is out, can you guys just front me some money? And they say, oh, sure, of course. And then Randall and Beth find out her situation's actually way worse. They're homeless because her mother is not spending money in a smart way. And they end up getting evicted, and they end up being homeless. And Randall and Beth take in Deja and her mother for a night or two. Well, what ends up happening is the mother says, oh wow, like, I've really not been a good mom, have I? And they're like, well, you know, you're trying. And she says, no, I can't do this to my kid anymore. I'm leaving and I'm giving up my parental rights. You guys should just adopt her. Well, Deja doesn't take that well, as most kids wouldn't. And she kind of goes back and forth between being cold and distant again to kind of coming around to getting furious and smashing in Randall's car. And that's kind of where they leave it. And it's very... So it's kind of left like, oh, how's Randall gonna feel about the fact she smashed his car that he paid for in cash? You know, this is his baby, this is his prized possession. And I think where they're going with it is she's gonna find out that Randall's like, you're still my kid. I'm furious at you and you're grounded for life, but you're still my kid. Like... She's
looking for excuses, it seems like, just to be kind of like hated by the family almost.
Right.
Not accepted.
But I don't...
He ain't gonna let that slide. He's not gonna like just abandon her because of that.
No, but it's a very hard situation to be in. But Randall's a very good, kind-hearted person. I think he's gonna lose his cool. I think we're gonna see a side of Randall. That's definitely gonna be a conversation, but Randall at the end of the day is gonna be like, "You're my kid, tough shit. You know, you gotta wise up before you end up in a bad situation." And at the end of the episode, or the end of the season, we kind of find out there's some flash forwarding to show Randall being older and one of his daughters being older and referring to it being hard to see someone, and it's like, oh, is it the mom? Is it maybe the little sister? Is it Deja? Like, what's gonna happen next for the family with this whole Deja? It could even be Deja's mom in a even worse situation. We don't know what's going on. So it's kind of all gonna be family stuff again next season for Randall. Kevin, the last brother, he's been going through relationship problems and substance abuse. He broke his leg earlier in the season and decided to abuse painkillers. And that destroyed his rekindling of a relationship with his ex-wife. Because they tried to make a go of it again, but his substance abuse issues caused everything to fall apart. So, as unfortunate as that was... Is everything okay, babe? Mm-hmm. As unfortunate as that was, he messed up, and so he goes to rehab. There's a whole episode. He's at rehab, and Kevin's story is kind of boring this season, to be honest.
The story was boring last season, too.
But then he's gonna start dating Randall's wife's cousin. He's gonna start dating Randall's wife's cousin. And that should be interesting. That he'll finally be in what's hopefully a stable relationship. And he's gonna go visit Saigon, Vietnam, because his father was in the war. And that's one of the things that we look into more this season is Jack, the father, was a war vet. And so they're setting it up where Kevin's going to visit Vietnam and get closer to his father through this very difficult point in his life, where he also lost his brother. So both Jack and his brother Dick, don't laugh.
What's his name? Richard?
Yes, Richard.
Brother
Go
Richard.
to Vietnam. And only one of them comes back. And we're going to get a lot of how that impacted Jack. And that should be interesting. They're probably going to play that one song that's played in every single Vietnam movie. What's the song?
I know which one you're talking about.
Da-da-da, da-da-da, da-da-da.
That's not the one I'm thinking of. I was thinking of... oh my god, what's it called? Yeah, no, it is that one.
Yeah, it is!
You were doing the guitar. You were doing the guitar part.
Yeah, I was doing the guitar part. Da-da-da-da.
Unfortunate Son, something like that.
Yeah.
I forget what it's called. Everyone knows the Vietnam song.
Everyone knows the Vietnam song.
Is it Apocalypse Now? I'm pretty sure it's like the first thing you hear in Apocalypse Now. Yeah. Oh, it's a red something. Something with the word red in it, right? Red
Right.
No, I don't know what it is.
But then we get...
Let's see, I'll look it up.
Oh, one of the things that Randall and...
Fortunate Son, that was it. That's what it's
Fortunate
called.
Son.
I was right.
Randall and Beth, the wife, have also bought a building, William's old building. And that's what, they've been working on that as well. So that was a minor plot point where they bought the building and are trying to refurbish it. But that's kind of been overpowered by the family stuff, which is why I didn't mention it at first. But it's still a major plot point and it's probably going to come back. Then, so we have the major three. Then we have... We have a little bit with Mandy Moore and Rebecca and Miguel. And kind of how they've set it up so far is Miguel has said he had no interest in Rebecca when Jack was still alive.
But that's a lie, and we all knew it. Oh no.
I'm skeptical. Even though he said it, it's kind of like, would he ever admit to that? Never.
Hell no.
Never. Probably not. And then we have what happened with Jack, where he was... Where at the beginning of the season, we see the burned down house. And around mid-season, we see the fact that the fire was started by a crock pot. And then we see that Jack did not initially die from the fire, and he didn't get burned inside, but he died of smoke inhalation, which is actually very common. It's not as common, like, it's common to get out of the building and unhurt, but a lot of the problems come with how much smoke you inhale, because that's deadly and dangerous and
Yep.
filled with all kinds of disgusting poison. And essentially he just has a heart attack. It's a very powerful episode, very powerful scene, but it's nowhere near as impactful this season just talking about it. But so I highly recommend you see it if you're interested in emotional goop. But
Definitely watched at least that episode.
that episode was very good.
I saw
Mandy
that
Moore deserves all the Emmys for that
Saw
episode.
one.
So well acted, so powerful, such a wonderful performance. I really and there's a point where Mandy Moore finds out, she has to come home and tell her kids that Jack has died, and she tells Miguel, like, hey, fuck you, you can't be sad, because I have to go tell these kids that their father's dead and never coming back after they thought he was fine. So you're gonna have have to buck up and go away because I can't deal with 4 babies right now. And he said fine. And they said that next season they're going to focus more on Toby and Beth and Miguel and these B-plot characters that they've kind of put to the side to develop the main characters. And that should be interesting. I'll be excited to see more about Toby, especially because I've enjoyed him as a character. Pretty much all the B-plot people, with the exception of Miguel, I'm excited to see. I'm still very not into Miguel, but we'll see. You know, a backstory can really turn a character around. I mean, if any of you...
Miguel's fine. I'm sure he was crushing on Mandy Moore the whole time, like... Maybe not the whole time that she was with Jack, but it's not like they did anything. I don't think they ever did anything, so like, nothing was acted on, so I don't really care if he was crushing on her.
I think that...
It's fine. He seems like a good guy.
One of my favorite...
Kawhi said, who's smoking the devil's lettuce?
Bring it loud, bring it loud.
God. Oh, jeez.
And I'm trying to think if there's any loose ends. A lot of the Jack stuff is stuff that we kind of already knew, but is more impactful if you watch season 2. Like, you have to kind of watch season 2, because most of his stuff is just emotional. That's most of his story, is just making you feel feelings.
That's most of the show, let's be honest.
But that's the recap of what happened in season 2.
Good recap, babe. I think it summed up all the major points pretty well. All the major beats, plot points, character developments.
But things that are definitely going to be... Well, I've already said what's pretty much going to be answered, or is going to be major plot point in season 3. Beth, Toby, Deja...
Toby should just have his own show. The Toby Show. The Toby Hour. I'd watch the Toby Hour.
Well, now that he's depressed, I don't know how much of a show that'll be.
Maybe now I don't want to watch the Toby Hour. Maybe not.
He's just in bed all hour.
Season 3 Toby Hour might not be that interesting.
It's not that depression is very understandable, but not necessarily interesting to watch.
Oh, the bombs! I thought I could jump away from them. Oh, well. It was a good try. Emotional show. Now, Ray watches 2 shows that are emotionally destroying. That's one of them.
I watch this thing called 911. It's by Ryan Murphy, and it's very good.
That show is like the same thing. It just wants to hurt its viewers. It uses us as punching bags.
I would say 911's a lot more soap opera.
Oh yeah, oh totally. That's not a list of everyone I saved. It's a list of everyone I didn't save.
Fuck you.
I'm now gonna drink myself to death in the tub. They like practically almost kill main characters in like the 3rd episode. They're just like, oh, you like this character? Dead. Or
but
almost
then,
dead.
But they like kind of pussy out of it.
Yeah, they kind of fixed it real quick. Like, a guy gets in a situation that he should not be alive in, and then like 2 episodes later, he's just kind of like, I'm out of my coma and walking around. Everything's cool.
Everything is awesome.
Everything's awesome. I'm okay. No serious brain damage to speak of, even though there was a pole in my face hole.
A pole in my face
Pole
hole?
in your face hole. That I find hard to watch, actually. That show kind of, sometimes it terrifies me. I'm like, oh no, I can't watch this plane crash. It's like, that episode with the plane crash was like too much. I was like, no, I can't do this. I tend to shy away when she puts it on. I go and hide.
He'll even hear it and he'll be like, it'll come out a little later.
Hello! Cacao! Caco? I feel like they wanted to write Coco and spelled it. That's what I'm gonna pretend. The Lego Movie is $5 at Target, babe. I think I have the Lego Movie on Blu-ray though, fortunately enough. My sister...
So do I.
My sister gave me like... She got like the super special whatever edition, but before that she bought like the regular Blu-ray. And so she just gave me like the regular Blu-ray. I mean, it still has a slipcover and stuff, but it just doesn't have whatever. I guess it's missing the digital copy or something. I don't remember what the limited one had. So I got that one for free, even. I got the best bargain on the Lego Movie.
My ex bought it for me at full price.
So you got it for free, too. We both got free Lego movies. Target's a good one to hit up on Black Friday. They'll have crazy good movie deals.
I remember when I first broke up with my ex and he was mad, he tried to come for some of the movies he bought me.
You try to get back?
And
really?
And then I answered, no hablo
gift.
inglés. And then I hung up the phone.
Oh man. See, Kawhi, those $5 you donated me, you could have bought Lego Movie with that. Now you're screwed. Now you're screwed because you supported us instead.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
You messed up, buddy.
Shut up.
Now we can buy a second copy, a third copy of the Lego Movie. Diabolical.
Probably just on DVD.
Diabolical.
Here's a good question for the audience. Is the audience listening?
No, nobody's listening. Everyone usually shows up around like between the 9-10 hour. 8 o'clock's a bit early for some people.
Okay, well I'll ask a little.
So go
later.
ahead though. You can save it or you can say it now.
Well, I was gonna ask, and I'll ask a couple of moments. When we set up a Patreon, is anyone interested? Like, what kind of prizes and awards are you guys interested in? Like,
what would you like to see
what would you like to see? Like,
that we can feasibly deliver? Or I mean, you don't know what we can feasibly deliver, so go ahead, run your imaginations wild.
Like, would
and
you
we'll see what we
like
can do.
Like, what kind of merchandise would you like? Like, what kind of benefits? A Discord has definitely been in the talking, but
Discord will happen.
Discord will happen.
That's gonna happen.
Right now, we're not really big enough where it's kind of like.
No, we're gonna do. I mean, even if we're small, I think a Discord's easy enough to just start up, and now you have everyone,
Right.
and everyone has a channel now to talk. Like, I think that's fine. We can manage that. That'll definitely be like the lowest tier, part of the lowest tier offering. Like, you subscribe. Here's the Discord links. You're in. Discord's a given. Alright, I'm not gonna say your name though. I'm just gonna call you Bread. I'm not gonna say that out loud.
What is it?
I'm not saying it. You can come over here and read it if you want, or open the chat over there on your laptop. But you're more than welcome to play, Bread.
Oh, it's not that bad.
Seaman! I'll just do the South Park voice. Seaman!
Is it really that bad?
I don't know. It's just a dirty name, that's all. I don't
No,
really
it's
care.
not.
No, we're good.
That is bodily function.
Alright, they're just bodily functions after all.
They're just swimming around in your ball sack.
Alright, alright. Alright.
Well, you can call him Bread.
It's
Just
fair.
call him
I'm still
Bread.
gonna call you Bread, or I'll call you Seaman. I'll emphasize that it's 2 words. Seaman. Yeah, let me know when you're ready, though. I'm just gonna keep playing ranked until somebody wants to play, essentially. Until somebody wants to play something else. Bread Boy, we can go with Bread Boy. Seaman and Bread Boy. Kawhi, what are you doing? Take those $5 back and go buy, what's it called? Go buy a freaking Lego Movie.
Babe, don't. What are you doing?
No! He was just saying, like, he wants to buy a Lego Movie. Now I feel bad.
Babe, Shut up.
I feel terrible. I feel terrible.
You can't feel terrible when people want to pay us for our art. You're bad at being a business person.
I'm not the business or the brains behind this channel. I'm just the.
I'm sorry. I'm the money crazy bullshit back here.
She's like my lawyer. Like, what are you doing? Only speak when you're told to speak. We went over this. No, I appreciate that, Kawhi. That was very kind of you.
Thank you, Kawhi. That's what you say.
You were the
say
man.
Thank you.
You were the man, Kawhi.
Not take back your money because then we just have sad poor times. Kawhi gets the message.
So
Don't
now,
let us be poor.
Now we are gonna buy the Lego Movie for a third time with that money. Maybe we'll stream it. Can we stream the Lego Movie? Is that legal? Can we do that on the Twitch channel?
There are people who do that.
Can we just stream a movie and like be okay with it?
I don't know how legal it is, but you can do it.
Right. No bread boy, C-man. I am rank A+ in pretty much everything at the moment. I'm not quite S yet. S would be, I'm around the corner from S. I don't really play, oh crap. I don't really play ranked as much as I would like to, so I'm not quite there yet. If I had played more ranked, I would definitely be there already. Slow. I mostly play, I really like the co-op mode. I play a lot of Salmon Run. Usually when I'm playing with people, we just do Turf War because not everyone even tends to even have a League, for example, League mode unlocked, League battles. Plus, I wish you could play ranked with people online, like in your friends list, but... I mean, you can through League battles, but I'd want to work on my rank with friends. It seems weird that you can't team up with buddies to get a higher rank. Like, it's very awkward that they don't let you, I find. I need to get that guy up there. He's painting the crap out of here.
Hey, babe.
Behind me! Oh, and
hey, babe, guess what we have?
What?
Tomato soup.
Seaman Run. We do have tomato soup. We have a lot. I only drank one of the things so far. Drank. Do you eat tomato soup or do you drink tomato soup?
You eat it.
You eat it? Alright. I ate one. One of them's open. I had one bowl, so there's still like a lot in there.
No, but I'm just saying, it's like the street food.
It is. Tomato soup is the stream food. It's an easy one to actually just... You pick up a spoonful, and you get right back to streaming. It sounds like it'd be a messy one, but I'm actually okay with eating soup on the stream somehow. Ah! Oh no! Why is my dad calling me? I think he made a mistake. He meant to call a different brother. See how it immediately stopped? He meant to call someone else. It's hilarious. It's my dad's birthday today. It's Papa Walk's birthday! So I already called him though. I already wished him a happy one. Don't you worry, guys. I did not forget.
I even wished him a happy birthday.
Even Potato Ray wished him a happy birthday.
He had a very happy one.
Bread Boy eats water. That's interesting. Can you chew water? You're like, as you're drinking it?
So let me ask you a question, babe. Are you gonna remember to wish my Mama Potato a happy birthday?
You have to remind me when it's like, I don't get notifications on Facebook and stuff, so like, as long as you tell me.
Why don't you get notifications on Facebook?
Because I don't use Facebook, babe. You know this. If I set notifications on Facebook, then I'm going to be reminded of everyone's birthday in my Facebook, and I don't even like 90% of the people on my Facebook. I don't need emails every day saying it's so-and-so's birthday.
Yeah, but I have your
If you tell me when yours is, I'll set like I'll put it in my own calendar.
Yeah, but
I don't need to put it on
family
Facebook.
Stuff on my calendar.
Okay, well, I just need to know the date, and I'll put it in. What's the date?
April 6th.
So that's soon.
And Uncle is May 24th.
Oh, everyone's around the same time. Are both your parents going to come to graduation? Are both Uncle and your mom?
Yes.
Ooh. So we're gonna have mommy fun times in New York for a little bit.
We'll see how much anxiety Uncle has about this move.
Well, I mean, I doubt you're just coming for the graduation and the move, and they're gonna bum out like a day. Like they're gonna be here for at least 3 days, I would assume, right?
Oh yeah.
3 or 4 days.
But it's mostly like, it might just be like Nobody knows anxiety until you've met my uncle.
So it's okay, Bread Boy. We can play Turf War. Don't worry about it. We don't have to play ranked. You can't play ranked anyway, but League Battle practically is ranked. But if you're not level... You need to be level 10, and then you need to be... they need to get a B- in any of the ranked modes, and then you unlock League Battle. But that's fine. We'll just play Turf War. I don't mind. Just let me know when you're ready, and I'll deck out.
I'm gonna put on my magical Cosby sweater.
Cosby's... Oh yeah, it is kind of a Cosby sweater.
And I put the put and pop in the poor little innocent babies.
Did they really put clips of the movie in the video game for Lego Movie? I didn't know that.
What?
The Lego Movie video game, they for some cutscenes they just took clips from the movie.
Yeah, they usually do that because they're cheap.
Yeah, I thought it was like its own experience. In the Lego Movie universe. I guess you're just going through the story of the Lego Movie. Probably verbatim.
Would you like any apple juice? Oh wait, you have none.
I don't have any apple juice, baby. We only have grape juice.
Would you like some grape juice?
Grape juice and disgusting coconut water.
Would you like some grape juice?
I'll have a little grape juice. You can put it in my mug. In my work mug.
Yes, because that's why we bought wine glasses.
We can hide my shame from the stream. See, Warp Mug! Ah, I like this mug. Potato Ray bought it for me when we were, for some of our relationship, we were in a long-distance relationship, and she shipped me that once, just as like a for fun gift. Just as like a, here you go, buddy, love you. And so now I have a Mario Warp Mug. I like it. I use it for most drinks. Except for beer, I don't put beer in it. Beer tastes so much better in the little beer glass I have. Sorry, apple juice.
Which is also a gift.
Which was also a gift from her, so they're both gifts. Everything's a gift. Everything you see in my house that's practical was a gift. I don't buy practical things, I just buy video games. There's truth to that.
Kind of true.
It's not even a lie. Like, I'll be like, I could buy this towel that I need to shower with, or I could buy this indie game for the same price. What do I do?
Why is our drying rack just a towel?
My drying rack was just a towel for a year until she bought me a drying rack, a proper drying rack for dishes. Okay, baby, we won't use the Warp Man mug. Thank you, baby. Now this is the sophisticated. This is a sophisticated multiplayer session.
Oh, baby.
Hint of.
Cheers.
Hint of marmalade. I don't know what people say about wine.
This is not wine, this is grape juice, Kawaii.
Grape juice and wine glasses so we can feel cool about it.
Yep.
The only thing I hate about wine is it will turn my lips red in a second.
But
Like, it stains my lips so fast. It might already be stained. I can't tell from this distance with the camera. You guys might be able to see it.
But it won't stain because it's not wine.
That's right. But even grape juice stains, I think. They all stain. Alright, I'm gonna go into regular battle, Bread Boy. And then just jump in off me, alright? Just oh wait, we need to get do I have your friend code? I think I do. Did you put my friend code in? I don't know. We might have already played together in the past. I might be forgetting. If I forgot, I apologize. Like if you were in the Nintendo Wire streams many weeks ago, it's very possible we've played already. I'm not 100% sure. You might be one of these guys. You could be Mr. Grizz, Nathan, the God, or Reset. Reset. Okay, we've played before. We've played before. Good. I thought your name sounded kind of familiar. I even though I was like, oh, silly name. I thought I recognized it.
There were a couple of times when you were like, I'm not saying that name.
Yeah, I remember saying that in the past for some people's names. I had to actually ban someone from chat on Saturday. I think it was Saturday.
What did they say?
Oh god, they started talking about like porn and stuff, and I was just like, oh, nope, you're out of here. I deleted I timed them out and then I banned them because they were not playing nice. I don't know if anyone caught that in chat.
What kind of were they just describing porn, or were they
pretty much they were describing it?
Like
they used a bunch of naughty words. I ain't gonna repeat. That slipped through the bot. They weren't like they weren't cursing, so that's why the bot let it all go. But it wasn't appropriate. It had nothing to do with what we were talking about on the
But
stream
they were
or
like,
chat.
penis, vagina.
Exactly. They're just like saying crap like that. I had to like delete them.
See, I don't get deleted because I am the channel.
Oh, you were... That's such a terror. That's even worse name. Okay, I'll say it out loud. He said his name used to be Pink Jizz.
Dude.
I like Seaman Boy better. that's way better. I guess
He's not a C man. He's not a C boy. He's a C man.
He's not a C boy. It's not a C boy. Not anymore. Oh god! The rain cloud! Yeah, you might have caught that, Kwai. It was towards the end of the night. It was like one of the last before I... It was like maybe 10 or 20 minutes before I like ended the night. Ended the stream.
Hey, this dude is just talking reckless about genitalia. And this is not sex ed class.
It was just like... It's not even because of like the foul language. It just had nothing to do. It was like came out of nowhere. Nothing to do with what we were talking about. They were just trying to get a rise out of people.
Excuse me, sir.
So
we need
like,
to get off of the topic of genitalia and get on to the topic of murdering monster souls.
Right. I gotta get back to killing Teostra and turning its skull into a helmet. Okay, got that guy just barely. I should be dead now, but I'm not. I'm not dead.
I'm not dead.
Ooh, there was a guy hiding there. I didn't even see that. Okay, he's got the high ground. Get the hell out of here. When they have the high ground, sometimes you just get bail and get the hell out of there. Not with this weapon, at least. I can't do anything about it with this weapon. Oh no! He's got the range! Oh, thank you so much, buddy. Oh, you're screwed, guy. Yeah, I knew he was there. Slowpoke. Tell me your mystery, Slowpoke. That's the best line of that song. It's like he doesn't have a mystery. Like
the mystery is
he's
how
brain
his
damaged.
brain turns so poop. That is the mystery, babe.
He's just... He got dropped on the head too many times as a child. As a poke. As a little poke. I don't know why that painter is just standing up there like in the open. It's a little weird.
What I don't understand is why Slowpoke, for all his evolutions, hasn't gotten a baby.
Oh, you think he should get a baby form?
Yes.
I mean, because baby Slowpokes aren't born. They're just like too derpy to even be babies. That is the baby Slowpoke. They're just really big babies. They're really big. Alright, let's see if Bread Boy's in. Let's see if Mr. Reset gets in the next round. Silver should be here any moment too. I think he's coming home from religion class. Then we'll have 3! We'll have 3 Splatoons.
I remember when I was in religions class.
I remember too. Yeah, there he is, Reset!
You had to take religion?
Yeah. I had to take it in middle school, because, I don't know, it was just part of the curriculum. You really didn't have a choice. And I had to take it because I went to like a Catholic university, so like you had to take like 3 religion courses throughout the 4 years.
I didn't know you went to Catholic. I didn't know your college was Catholic.
Yeah, Fairfield's very... Technically, it's a... What's it called? There's a word for it. I forget what the word is. There's a word that you call like a school that's like... I think it was founded on like religious principles. It was weird. So like they make it part of the curriculum. But you could take whatever you wanted, so like I took like interesting stuff like Buddhism and like stuff that I didn't really know about.
You can take world religions.
Right,
in those
right.
cases.
It's not like you had to do like Catholicism.
Right.
And go to church or something. You're just learning about world religions.
I had to read the Bible.
This painter's still here. I'm just like chilling up there. I don't get that painter. I don't know what their goal is. What is their plan? Oh, they got me. We used to go to church every Sunday when I was a youngling. Mostly not anyone in my family, not even my parents were that religious. It was mostly a community thing. Community building kind of activity. Like, you knew everyone in the community, everyone went to church, and after church there was like the post-mass, like, hangouts and stuff like that.
It's a way of making friends and establishing community.
Exactly. So that's mostly why we did it. Alright, Silver! We're already in Turf War, so you just join whenever you're ready. We're all ready to go. We're gonna stick to Turf War because Red Boy isn't high enough level to do League or anything, so we're just gonna stick to Turf War. I wish we could have done Salmon Run, but the game's like, no! The game does not want us to be happy tonight. Oh god. Got one of them. U35T got me. Got me! It's already 9:30. Wow, that first hour kind of flew by.
It's also
Oh, 20.
daylight savings is still kind of...
Well, I thought it'd be like earlier. I was like, wow. I'm saying in the sense of just like, we've already been streaming for over an hour.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, is daylight savings still messing with me a little bit. Because time just flies a little faster when it's daylight savings. After daylight savings for a while.
Yeah, I like the other Switch where you like get an hour and it's like, whoa, it's only this time? Hooray! now I'm always like, what? It's already like this hour? Where the hell did day go? Oh man, I messed up. One is joyous and the other is pain. Always, and for like the first 2 weeks after we switched the clocks, I always, every time I wake up, I'm like, oh, it's really actually only like 11 and not noon. Like, I'll for 2 weeks just think it's like, I'll convince myself, it's not actually noon. It's actually like 11. It's not actually 9 o'clock, it's actually 8 o'clock. The clock is lying by an hour. And then eventually you accept it and you get used to it.
I kind of like the blowfish haircut. The spiky one.
I missed it. You can have a spiky one now? Like a mohawk kind of thing?
No. It's like a little, like, you have, like, toothbrush hair. Like,
Oh.
it has, like, your head is, like, a bunch of, like, little puffer fish spikes.
Oh, that's clever.
If I see the cut again, I'll point it out to you.
Alright.
It's cute. I like it. It's like an acceptable guy one.
Who's Kirby 2.0? Is that you, Auto Kirby? Did you get Splatoon suddenly? Did you jump on the Switch train? Oh, there was Squidsalot signing on.
Squidsalot?
Nope. Every time I see Kirby in a game, I'm always like, is that Auto Kirby? Is that him? Beep, beep, beep. Ooh, we had a tiny frame drop for like a split second. Not a big deal. It just dropped for a second. Now it came back. I don't like when that happens, OBS. Get it together, OBS! Painting. Oh, they're in our base. They're in our base, shooting us from behind. I'm gonna go do the same thing then. Eye for an eye and all that. I shall not turn the other cheek. I shall splash your cheek with blue-purple ink. I guess this is blue ink. This is pretty blue, right? Is this purple or blue, guys?
Purple.
Purple?
Yeah.
I'm not surprised. I thought you'd say it was blue.
No, it's purple. It's like a very blue purple, but that's definitely purple. 110%.
Yeah, these look very Halloween-y next to each other. The orange and the purple. I'd say it's purple. It's funny, now that I've actually always considered this kind of blue, and now that everyone's like purple, 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 I'm like, oh, okay. Are you reprogramming my brain? Now all I see is purple.
Well, it's a very blue purple. It's like violet.
Mm-hmm.
Which is actually technically considered...
A purple, yeah. Violet, right?
Yeah. It's very purple, it's just like not like reddish purple.
Do the monster mash. It was a graveyard smash. We did the mash. And there are other lyrics that I don't remember. You got me.
Yeah, but who gives a crap? We did the mash. We did the monster.
That's the only two sentences you need to know. And it was a graveyard smash. I named one of the Monster Hunter streams that. I was like, it was a graveyard smash. Or I think I said Monster Mash, a graveyard smash, something like that. Back many months ago. By many months ago, I mean last month, so many weeks ago. Was it months? Game's only been out for 2 months. Not even. I know you were coming up. Oh, that frickin' slosher. Oh, he went this way, didn't he? Where'd he go? Oh, they got me. But I got 2 of them! I think we lost that hard. Who was on my team? Were you on my team, Reset? C-Man! Was C-Man on my team? Oh, we just barely lose. No, we lost by quite a lot. Oh, I see it. That's it? The pufferfish hair? Oh, it's gone. Yep, Reset was actually on my team. They've actually been pretty kind so far. They put us on the same team. Usually the game doesn't like doing that with people on my friends list. Usually we're always against each other. Getting lucky. They're squids! The whole gang is here. I might switch my weapon after this. I love the slosher, but I think we gotta go back to the end zap or the roller. Or experiment with a weapon I don't usually play as, and we could just be awful at the game for a hot second. That could be fun. I'll just test my hand at a terrible weapon that I'm not used to. But that's how you learn to get good with them, right? You gotta practice them. I'll probably in Monster Hunter stick to my Switch Axe today. Maybe I'll try farming some Teostras. I don't know if you're down to join in, Kirby. Not Kirby, sorry, Kawaii. Kirby, you don't have Monster Hunter, right? I don't think you have it. We play Overwatch sometimes. Overwatch we both got. And we played League. League we've done once or twice. Fortnite we've done. I get confused because you both have the K names. I go Kirby, Kawaii. You got 2 silvers, 2 K names.
I get it. All our people look the same to you.
All our people look the same to me, because all I can go by are letters. Letters and words. I need to see faces. Faces, and I can remember things way better. I know who all you are now. You guys I know, I just sometimes say the wrong name out loud. Speak before my brain thinks. Kawaii. Hey Steven! Welcome! If you want to play some Splatoon, jump on in. We're just playing a little turf war with the chat. Or just sit back, relax, and watch us win every round, because I am that good at the game.
Joyce.
Dies immediately. Ooh, see, I actually did okay. That time I almost jinxed myself, but I've gotten 2 kills since saying that. So maybe if you believe it hard enough, you are the best at the game. Did you see that jump? Oh, I am saving this as a video. Yeah! Switch capture! Love the switch capture button. You only really need 30 seconds too. You know how, like, the PlayStation can go up to like 15 minutes? I never need to save a 15-minute video. I think you can adjust it in the settings, which I should do. But 30 seconds is more than enough to capture like something awesome happening really quick in gameplay. Rarely am I like, yeah, that whole 15-minute match needs to be captured and immortalized. Nobody's gonna watch a 15-minute video. Not a soul. But they'll watch a 10-second video.
Yes, because I've never watched YouTube after.
No. I mean, like, if you post it on Twitter, like, hey, look at my awesome, like, match in Splatoon.
Right.
Nobody's gonna watch it. If you post, like, look at this cool 10-second thing that happened, people will watch it. Depends on the medium that you're posting things on. Which I kind of prefer just having for this stuff, like, I just want the quick, here's a quick snapshot of something that happened. Something cool, funny, whatever it is. You left your Splatoon? Why is your Splatoon not with your Switch? My Switch comes with me and Splatoon is always with me. And I don't have it digital. I put it in the little carry case. I have all the carts of games that I definitely need to have with me at all times. Splatoon is one of them. You messed up, Steven! What games do you have with you for your Switch? I'm curious. Like, what did you bring? Do you have Mario Kart or something?
Where is he?
I don't know. Just somewhere where his hat. Splatoon's at home, but his Switch is with him. Not sure where he is, like, right now, currently. James! Jameis, welcome back, bud. We're playing Splatoon. If you want to play along, James, you got my friend code. Let's do this. Yeah, more greenies. Is Grizzco open, Bread Boy? I thought Grizzco wasn't open for business, unless that just changed now.
Well, I did see something about Grizzco in the corner.
It showed it was grayed out. That was the first thing I tried when I booted up the game an hour and a half ago. Unless, like, at 9 o'clock, it opened. It might have opened. Yeah, I would love to do Salmon Run if it's open. If one of you want to check for me, like, bail out the next round, I'm going to keep playing so that the stream keeps getting interesting content. It's kind of boring if I jump out and then, like, Grizzco isn't working and I got to jump back in. If one of you want to bail for a second, check Grizzco, and then let me know, and then you can jump back in the round. Okay, Silver says it's not open. Yeah, I would have loved to play Salmon Run, though. But, yeah, we got screwed tonight. Funny, the last few times I've played Splatoon, though, it's always been open. Sometimes even 2 days in a row, so I don't really know what the I thought it was every other day Grizzco is open, but apparently it's not. That's not even the rules that it goes by.
I think it's just like... I think it's just something... They're just like, oh, you're taking it for granted.
Try to get out of there. Yeah, I don't know why they want to keep it so exclusive. That was ever since the game launched. They should just open it up, like, all the time. Like, we don't need to, like, wait. It should just always be running. There's no reason to make us wait for it. I think they were worried we would get burnt out on it or something. Maybe it was just like, they're like, oh, it's not robust enough, people will hate it, and like, if we make it like this exclusive thing, people will be more excited about it, they'll play it more. Which maybe, but I kind of just always want to play it. Like, and then sometimes they just don't let me. I find it more frustrating than a smart move. Oh, you do have Mario Kart, cool! I was almost going to play Mario Kart tonight. I'm going to stick with Splatoon, though, for a little bit now still, because everyone now just kind of joined.
It's just like, oh, well, no, we'll play Mario Kart.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not going to bail on Splatoon. I mean, you weren't suggesting it. I was just curious what you had, because then, like, it's good to know for the future. I like to know what kind of games you guys have, because then for Multiplayer Monday, specifically, I can choose games that maybe we're both interested in. Because I would totally play Mario Kart. Mario Kart, Splatoon, those are fun games for this night. Anything PS4 stuff like Overwatch or Monster Hunter. I dabble in Fortnite, but I prefer not to really play Fortnite that much. It's not really my thing. Puyo Puyo Tetris could be fun one of these nights if any of you have that. I'm not really the greatest at puzzle games, so we'll be pretty evenly matched. Or unless you're like god tier at that. I'm very bad at Puyo. That's my weakness, is Puyo. I can do Tetris pretty well. Not Puyo. Not good at stacking those combos. What else is multiplayer on Switch that we can play?
Snipper Flippers.
No, it's not online though. Like me and you could play that for a stream, but not with anyone else. Snipper Clippers.
You gotta get Jackbox, babe.
Snippy Clips. You can play Jackbox, yeah. You know, I think it might be on sale on PS4. It doesn't have to be on Switch that I buy it. I think it was on part of a PS4 sale, although that sale might be over now. Ah! Rocket League. Yeah, I'm curious. I've never played Rocket League, but I am curious to try it. I don't know if I would want to... I'm not sure, you know. It's not really my thing. It's kind of like... It fits the... I remember I was talking earlier tonight, I don't really like sports games unless they have that fantasy element. So Rocket League definitely fits the bill for that. So I might find some enjoyment out of it. I just don't know if it's going to be like my cup of tea exactly.
I've seen... I think that was the one that I saw Jacksepticeye playing.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't look like it would be something you'd enjoy. Not to be negative.
Right. No, I know what it is. I've seen it in action, but I've just never personally played it.
You should buy and play ARMS.
ARMS would be a good one. I just don't want to pay full price for it. If you can find me ARMS for like $30, I'll do it. But I don't want to pay like $1 billion for ARMS. Because again, it's a fighting game. That's at least I've played the Global Test Punch. I know that I would enjoy it, but I'm not going to love it. It's not something I'm going to pick up and play like every day for any serious amount of time. But it could be fun just for fun. But again, then it needs to be like 30 or less. I don't want to get that game for full price. Maybe I was hoping last year for Black Friday it was going to be like half off or something. Because I know it's not like Nintendo's most successful seller on Switch. So I was like, maybe they'll drop the price on that one to something cool, and they didn't. So.
Because I think it's still a good seller.
Yeah, it's probably still making some money. And they are trying to push it as like a competitive multiplayer game, as like an esport almost. So they're not ready to drop the price on that one yet. Yeah, the Switch needs more online multiplayer, I agree. It does have a good amount of multiplayer, just a lot of it is, like you said, it's like couch co-op.
It's sad that the Nintendo World Championships still happen every year.
You never know. I mean, it's not too late to announce another one for this year. I mean, last year it was in October, right? So it still happened. I mean, the fact that they did one after like it was 20, like they only did one before like a couple years ago where they brought it back, and then like 2 years later they're like, yep, we're doing another one. So they might do that more often. I don't know. It could be a thing that they do it like every year, every other year. That could make a comeback this year. I could see it happening again.
Because it was like a lot of fun to...
Ultimately for Nintendo, it's like a really good promotional event. They can say like, hey, look at all the good games coming out. That's pretty much what it was. It was like a showcase for Splatoon and ARMS and Pokken Tournament.
I mean, like, Mario Odyssey, like...
Yep, they get to blow everyone away with Mario Odyssey gameplay. They could totally do it this year, and then like the final game is Smash for Switch. And they could show off Smash for Switch, you know, as part of that event right before it comes out. Because we know it's coming out this year. It's coming out in 2018. Or they could just host, they might even just do, remember a couple years ago at E3 where they did a Smash tournament for the new Smash, I think that was right before the Wii U one came out? Or was it right after it came out? I think it might have already been out. But they could host the tournament this year for Smash for the new one. I could see that happening, like around the end of the year. Probably not by E3. I don't know if they're gonna, well I guess at E3 they're gonna have to show us Smash, right? If it's coming out this year. They're gonna big. There's got to be the big reveal there. It'd be actually very awkward if they didn't. Oh no!
Do you think they're gonna show us any of Animal Crossing this year, Abe?
Do I think? I think at the very most, you're gonna get like a Metroid Prime 4 level teaser for Animal Crossing.
That's what I'm thinking.
Like it exists. Here's a title logo for it, and it's coming in 2019 ? Like that's kind of like what if they do anything with Animal Crossing, that's what they're gonna do.
I think we're gonna hear the jingle, and then we'll get a title, and then we'll be over.
Right. Because there's no way it's coming out this year. They got Smash now. Smash is gonna be their big seller. We might hear more about Fire Emblem. You know, they announced that even existed last year. I think E3 we're gonna get a big reveal for the Fire Emblem Switch game, and that might even come out this year. That might be like another fall release or something, or you know, winter. And then those are like the big things I kind of predict are gonna happen.
Well,
Yoshi's gonna be this year. I think Yoshi's gonna come out this year. That Yoshi game.
Smash is gonna be the biggest one because it's like that's gonna be the what's it called?
The holiday game.
The holiday unit seller.
Yeah, they're gonna bundle it with the Switch. Might even get an exclusive Switch Joy-Cons and stuff, console.
Yeah.
Like the Smash version. And they might even, you know what, they'll probably package like... Because we already know the GameCube controller works with Switch. Like if you have the adapter for the Wii U that lets you plug in GameCube controllers, that works on Switch. So they could totally even package in like another Smash controller like they did the last time. Like get a Smash GameCube controller. I could see that happening. A bundle with like the exclusive console, exclusive Joy-Cons, and a Smash GameCube controller. I think they're gonna go crazy with Smash this year.
Well, I mean, Smash is such a big deal.
Yep.
I mean, they even host tournaments at Pratt.
Steven's just like, Animal Crossing, please! I just want at least one 5-second clip. It can come out in 2029 or 2098. I just want to know that it exists. That it's coming. I think Animal Crossing is coming to Switch. There's no question. It's not an if, it's a when. It's like, even if they haven't confirmed it, you can bet your bottom dollar that's coming to Switch. The Switch is a portable, and Animal Crossing belongs on a portable, and the Switch is selling like gangbusters. And they just released the Animal Crossing mobile game, and everyone's eating it up. They're gonna release Animal Crossing as soon as they can. You know? They want to get that market. Because now everyone who's played it on the mobile might be like, oh, I'm interested in Animal Crossing on Switch. I would get a Switch for Animal Crossing. Like the few holdouts who haven't bought one yet. That could push them. Their mobile strategy is basically, here's a gateway drug to this series. Like, that's kind of their mobile strategy right now. It's like, oh, you like Mario? Here's an endless runner with Mario. But if you want the real Mario, you gotta buy the Switch. Oh, you like Animal Crossing? Well, here's a little camp you can decorate. But if you want the real Animal Crossing, get it on Switch. We don't know what Mario Kart is, but we know Mario Kart's coming to mobile. And that's gonna be the same thing, right? Like, if you want the real Mario Kart, hey, Deluxe is on Switch. Buy it.
Yeah, but we need new tracks.
Yeah, I really hope they add tracks to it. I think they might. The fact they didn't add tracks means we're gonna get another Animal Crossing on Switch. I think we'll get a proper like sequel eventually. Not yet, because Deluxe is gonna it's gonna tide us for a while, or at least Nintendo for a while. But I think this will be the first console where like a console has more than one Mario Kart game. We're not just only gonna get that port and that's it for Mario Kart on Switch. That's doubtful. I think a Switch exclusive Mario Kart is in the works. Or at least in the pipeline to be in the works. Ah, sniper! Get out of here! Oh, I got him just barely. Ah, that sniper! I'm gonna get him. Screw that sniper. Yes! Oh no! But then I got hit by the curling iron. Ah. I'm just glad I got the sniper. He was aggravating. That sniper was a nightmare. Was it? I didn't even pay attention. It might have even been one of you, the sniper. Yeah, because you're all on the other team. Woo! Were you the sniper? Was that one of you guys? Was that Bread Boy? I'll find out in a second, I think. I think they tell you what the weapons were. No, we lost! Well, you guys won. I lost. Meow. Oh, reset's gone. It's just Squids. Squids was not the sniper, though. Okay. Alright, Silver wasn't the sniper. Yeah, Monster Hunter World, Steven, is pretty great. Pretty fun.
I wish I had time to play.
It's so fun.
I would even play a little bit of Monster Hunter if I had time to actually get good. It looks like a fun, like, it genuinely looks like a lot of fun. But that might just be me being an awful masochist towards beasts.
It still has a high learning curve. They simplified a lot of things for beginners to the series, but
it's still a hard game. It's not supposed to be easy.
You still, if you're not used, if you never played them before, you still have to wrap your head around like the mechanics. They don't play like other. It's not like playing God of War or some other third-party action game.
Your weapon choice will greatly affect your gameplay.
And everything is a little more like all your moves are a little more calculated. Think kind of like Dark Souls, where like you couldn't just swing madly. If you started swinging madly at something, you're gonna get wrecked. Like, because the animations take a while to execute, so you have to really think through. Like, okay, should I swing the sword right now? Should I be swinging this giant axe? Because the monster's about to do his whatever move. Like, there's a lot of pattern memorization, and the responsive time between when you sling a weapon, when you unsheath the weapon and like swing it, you really have to be like ready for what's coming. That's like the main thing.
And
people aren't used to it.
What's always coming without fail is rape.
Yep.
It's just a big old can of rape.
The whole game is just ready to wreck you, ready to rape you. But eventually you pick a weapon, stick with it, you get good with it, and then you know when to utilize it, when not to. And then when you're comfortable enough to spread out to a different weapon, like by all means, experiment. But like, find the one that you're comfortable with is kind of like how that game starts. Because everyone tends to get overwhelmed in the beginning. They're like, I don't know what to do, there's so many choices, I don't know what items to carry, I don't know what weapon to carry. You just start out basic, carry some potions, and pick a weapon. And stick with it. And eventually you'll learn what items complement that weapon. Eventually you'll learn, oh, maybe I want my weapon to have paralysis effects, because that's how I kind of want to play. I want to help stun the monster faster. Or I'm going to play the elemental game and try to get... I know what these monsters' weaknesses are, so I'll try to have a different weapon for every monster. I tend to just try to pick one that can do damage to no matter what you're playing. Whoever you're fighting. Makes it a little less daunting. And then, like I said, eventually you keep adding on knowledge, you keep adding on like items and equips, and you learn how the gear works, how the abilities work. They actually do a good job in the beginning of the game. They don't want you to worry too much about a lot of the equipment, the armor. Really doesn't matter what you pick in the first like 20 to 30 hours of the game when you're just going through the story. All that matters is that it has higher defense than your other gear. And just put armor spheres on it to get the defense higher. Like, you don't have to worry about what abilities it has. You literally just have to worry about having a high enough defense. And anything you buy is going to get outclassed anyway eventually, so again, don't think about it too hard.
I also wish, the only thing I wish is like, stuff like that makes me wish that Pokemon had more strategy.
Yeah.
Like,
well, here's the thing though, babe, we never really play, me or you, the metagame for Pokemon. The metagame has a lot of strategy. Like, if you actually take the fight online, you have to think very hard about what your team comp, what moves you have on. You have to think through strategy, like, okay, what do I want my team to do? What counters what? Because if they have this guy, if they have this team, and I don't have something that can counter, like a Tyranitar, you're screwed. Like, he can sweep you. So the metagame has a lot of strategy. But the main games are easy as pie. Like, you can just sweep with, like, the same guy. And just have, like, all the different moves you need on him. Like, you have Flamethrower, Earthquake, and like a water move, you're done. Like everything's dead. A psychic move, it's over. But I know what you mean, babe, otherwise. I've always wanted to mess with the metagame. The most I've ever done was breed for other people so they can play in the metagame. Like I'll make them the best. They want a Charizard. I'll breed them the best Charmander with max IVs, all the egg moves that they want in case they want any of the egg moves, and the correct nature, etc., etc. I've even done some shiny breeding. So that's like my contribution to the metagame. When it comes to actually building a team that can fight things and survive certain scenarios, I never really worried about it too hard. I usually just do the breeding. Woo woo, Silver! Are you going to be level 10? What level are you? Let's see. I think you're already past level 10. 20! Oh, okay, you're good. I don't know why I thought you were lower level for some reason. No, Potato Ray said she would like to play Monster Hunter. She wished she had the time to like play it and learn it. I don't think she's gonna actually play. At least not in any serious capacity.
Not anytime soon, no. Sorry, guys.
She did make a character, though, just for fun. She like messed with the character creator and made one that looked very much like her. It was actually very hauntingly looked a lot like her.
Like at certain angles, I was like kind of spooked.
And she made a coot Palico Pal. Oh god. Get out of here! Get out! Level 1 focus Sash Rattata? Is that the best? That sounds terrible. I mean, Focus Sash is a good ability, a good item to hold, but yeah, I don't have faith in that level 1 Rattata. As for Steven's E3 predictions, I think you're pretty close. I think like your predictions have a shot at coming to reality.
What are they?
He said, oh, hold on, it's hard to read while trying to paint. Smash will be the star, but he thinks also Metroid will get like some more love. Yeah, I think that for sure. Probably, I don't know about a release date, but we'll probably get, you didn't say if we get a release date, but I'm saying, I don't know if we'll get a release date, but we might get like a release window. It's going to be like spring 2019, and then we'll get some like actual gameplay footage. And you also said maybe Pokemon, like at least, you know, more confirmation of its existence. I wonder if Pokemon will come out at the end of the year. I don't know about that. They might announce it and show us stuff, but I don't know if it's going to come this year. And then obviously maybe Fire Emblem and Octo expansion details. The Octo expansion details are for sure. If maybe they might even be like, hey, available today. I could see them being like Octo expansion, Splatoon 2 available right now. Like right after this broadcast. At the latest, I think they'll make us wait is July to kind of like celebrate the anniversary of Splatoon. They'll be like, here's the new expansion. I think this year, the two givens are Yoshi and Smash. Yoshi and Smash are coming out this year, and that's all we know, kind of like, not even for sure. We don't know Yoshi for sure, but those are my safe bets for the year. Everything else, like Nintendo could surprise us. Metroid could come this year. Metroid could be a fall release, I don't know. It could be that ready to go. They really have, the fact that they told us nothing about it other than like a title logo last year at E3 tells me it's not ready this year. But, you know, they told us Xenoblade was ready. They were like, yeah, Xenoblade will be ready at the end of the year. And we were all like, really? I doubt it. And it showed up in December. It came out, so they could totally, there's enough time to hype up Metroid for like a December release. That could happen. I forget the exact date, Silver, but it's June, like mid-June. It's like around the 14th-ish, something like that. But I don't remember exactly what the, day was. 12th to the 14th. Okay, Kawhi's got the deets. Yeah, I think... I was saying, Yoshi and Smash, I feel, are definite this year, and then I feel like the most likely candidate for another 2018 release from Nintendo will be Fire Emblem. I think we could get Fire Emblem.
I don't think we're gonna get we're obviously not gonna get Animal Crossing this year. I just think that hopefully they'll say...
Yeah, I think it's too much of a heavy hitter to compete against Smash.
To even say it's coming?
You think it's too early for that even, you're saying?
No, I'm saying is it too early to say it's coming?
No, because last year they said Metroid's coming and we haven't heard anything all year since then. So they could easily say Smash is coming and then just never talk about it for a year or something and then be like, oh yeah, November 2019, next E3 or something, Like, I don't think it's too early to announce
said
it.
Smash is coming this year, didn't
No, I was talking about Animal Crossing.
Oh, okay. You said Smash.
No. Smash, they said 2018. I think they're gonna meet that. I don't think they would have said that.
People are asking if it's gonna be a new Smash Bros.
Yeah, I think it will be. I think if it was just gonna be a straight up port with a few added characters, we would have gotten it last year already.
My favorite. I watched this how people reacted to Smash Bros. To Smash Bros.
The reveal.
No. It's just how people reacted, different groups how they reacted. They were like, there was the person who was like, told you so. There was the person who was like, oh my freaking out! It's Smash! And then my favorite was the person where it was like, the Melee fans. It's not Melee.
It's not.
Oh well.
They don't care because it's not like a...
It's not Melee.
Even if we got an HD remake of Melee, I'm sure that those Melee fans would find something to complain about. It could be completely faithful in every other way, but just have a better graphical look, and they'll be like, it's not Melee. It's not as good as Melee. Melee is king. Doesn't have the lines. Here's the thing too. They said it didn't. They kind of gave us a tentative. They just said Super Smash Bros. Did they say Nintendo Switch? They just said Super Smash Bros. 2018. I think it was gonna be Nintendo Switch version. They would have just said that. You know what I mean? In the reveal.
What do you mean? You think they're gonna port it to Wii U as well?
No. People are asking if it's gonna be a Wii U port. Is it gonna be a port of the Wii U game?
I mean.
And I feel like they would have told us already. They would have been
they would have made that very obvious.
I think the fact they just gave a really loose name, they just said Super Smash Bros. 2018. I feel like it's gonna be new. It's not just a port with new characters. And the fact that Inklings are in it kind of already adds support to that, because it's not a direct port. They added new characters as major new content. If it had said, Super Smash Bros. Nintendo Switch Edition, I'd have been like, yep, that is a port. For sure. I don't see the point of porting it, but to be honest, a new Smash on Switch is not gonna... Don't expect it to be very different from the Wii U version. It'll probably look largely the same. Because, Splatoon doesn't look that different. Splatoon 2 from Splatoon 1. It's not like there's a huge graphical leap. I wouldn't expect that. You're gonna get new characters, you're gonna get new stages, you're gonna get new modes.
It's not gonna look amazing, more...
Right.
It's what... It's not gonna look more amazing, it's just gonna be different.
It won't be a port, but it will have, all the same content. And when every Smash has, the arcade mode, every Smash has, the All-Star mode, it has the batting mini-game, it's gonna have all the things Smash has.
It's gonna still have amiibo function.
Right. I just don't see... What they'll do is they'll replace that that Smash mode, the board game or whatever the hell that crappy thing was on Wii U that wasn't that fun. They'll replace that with something else. Maybe they'll bring back some old fun modes that existed. Maybe they'll come up with more new modes. They're obviously gonna have new characters, new stages. So it's just in a way it'll feel like a port, but at the same time, every Smash kind of feels like a port of like the previous Smash. But they're not going to be tied down to any limitations. Like with the 3DS, they were like, yeah, we can't do Ice Climbers as a character because it won't work in 3DS. So they didn't give it to us in Wii U. That's all scrapped. Now just like everything will work. I could even see the Ice Climbers coming back. Yeah, Subspace and Mystery could come back. That'd be fun. Or some sort of new single-player mode. Who knows? But a direct port, I feel like that'd be so stupid. If they go like it's the Wii U game with just some more characters, that would be... I think the fans would be mad at this point. They would have accepted it last year. They're not going to accept it this year. Yeah, I think they're going to bring some... How well did Valencia sell? Fire Emblem Valencia, Shadows of Valencia? Because if it sold really well, I could see Celica hitting up like Smash or something. I'm trying to think of major Fire Emblem characters that could like at least one more Fire Emblem character making the cut. I think what is like a pretty much a definite. I could see. I think Celica is probably the best bet, right? Celica's pretty popular. Unless they just choose someone else from Awakening. Or I guess they could go like they could put like Camilla in. Everyone for some reason. Everyone's got a boner for Camilla, and I guess I said for some reason. I think everyone knows what the reason is. Everyone knows what that reason is. Babe, you want to look up Camilla and see what the reason is?
Boobs.
It's boobs.
I'm like,
she didn't even need to look it up.
It's the same reason you like Bayonetta. Boobs.
Nah, I don't think it's boobs for Bayonetta. It's like, Bayonetta's got the whole package when it comes to like the sex appeal thing. The whole game is like... about that.
Being naked.
It's just being like, yeah, like basically her ulti moves are like she turns naked and just her hair is covering her body. It gets crazy. Bayonetta gets insane. Boobs. Of course, I got stuck in the ink. Oh, I actually survived that though. How in tarnation? I'm sneaking around. Sneaking around the town. Ah, they know I'm there. I'm not going that way anymore.
I don't know why they popped into my head.
That was when Family Guy was funny, so I get it.
Don't make me remember, except with that lady that I
I did anyway.
My bag's good. He's making each day the best that he can. Also, he's a ninja.
I meant to change my weapon. I keep forgetting to do that. Alright, I need Kawaii. You're my designated remind me to change weapons. You're gonna tell me? You're gonna tell me to change weapons, right? Because I'm gonna forget again. Ah, I'm dead. There's no way I'm surviving. Ah, I almost got him. Deal with me. If Nintendo... Yeah, the only reason I don't know. Crash Bandicoot, the reason I don't see it happening is because he's just like... I know he's pretty much would be a Sony PlayStation rep, like, purely. Because, like, Sony owns Naughty Dog, right? So, like, if Crash Bandicoot shows up in Smash... I just don't see Sony playing that nice. I don't see them doing it. Because they're just too much of a direct competitor. But like you said, yeah, it seems unlikely. I would love to see that. I would love Crash Bandicoot in Smash. Crash for Smash!
Is PS4 Sony?
Yeah, yeah.
And then Xbox is Microsoft.
Correct.
Microsoft really fell from grace, didn't it?
Mm-hmm. They swapped... PlayStation was the one, like, lacking behind. in the PS3, Xbox 360 era, and then it all flip-flopped. It totally just like, it literally was just like a switcheroo. They swapped places. They Freaky Friday'd, whatever you want to call it. No, the weapon! Kawaii, you did remind me. You said it 3 times. So that's 100% my fault. Alright. I'll get it the next round, maybe. Maybe, guys. Switch your beach bucket to pew pew!
Switch your beach bucket to pew pew.
It totally is a beach bucket, look at that. It's like the little thing that kids play with on the beach to make sandcastles.
It looks like, look, Mom, I'm helping.
I can speak tunes! Like, yes, little Billy. You're doing a fine job.
Now turn around. And then I ink you from behind.
Yes, yes, Billy, that's nice.
Why do you always talk like this, little Billy? Whenever you, like, I swear to God, when you become a dad, you're just gonna, like, start talking like that.
I think that's yeah, well, that's part of being a dad, right? You have to start adopting, like, the dad voice. Well, little Billy, let me tell you how the world works. What was that crazy lag? What the hell was that? Well, it's fixed now.
Well, listen, little Timmy, you're an embarrassment.
Oh, it's not fixed. Fix your lag, game!
I'm not seeing any lag, if that helps.
No, the screen is fine. My screen is showing lag. Like, the television should be perfectly fine. It's OBS is being funky. It's being a funky monkey.
Listen, little Timmy, I'm gonna put you down now.
Listen here to me. Maybe it'll fix itself after this round. I don't know what's happening. But there's a little bit of input lag, and I don't like it one bit. Oh, look at that. Jitter, jitter, jitters. The stream...
Holy shit!
The stream, I think, is, like, fine. But, like, for me, it's coming out jittery.
Oh my dear sweet Jesus.
What?
There is someone out there who's making $22,000 a month through Patreon.
Doing what?
How
do you know?
Podcast.
What are you reading, though? How do you know this? Like...
No, I'm on Patreon.
So you're just looking at their subscribers and doing the math?
No. They announced, like, you have an option to show how much you make a month.
Oh.
These guys make 20.
What are their tiers? What are they offering on Patreon?
It's in German.
Oh, I could probably figure it out then, but I can't look at it right now.
But they're a podcast.
Well, I guess it's a very popular German podcast.
It's all about PC and video gaming.
That's cool. I mean, Germans love, say what you will, they love their PC video games. Like, all my friends who were German, back when I lived in Germany, like, PC gaming, they're the master race. That's how they view it. They're obsessed with their first-person shooters and their pew-pew bang-bangs. Alright, I need to switch my weapon. I know this time, guys. I got you. I'm on top of it this time. Kawhi's like, switch. Wait, Switch? My Nintendo Switch? What about my Nintendo Switch? Whatever are you talking about? Whatever do you mean, sir? Alright, we're going NZAP. We're going NZAP. We better, Kawhi, we better hear about the online service at E3, because I'm getting tired of waiting for it. It's not even, I'm not saying I want to pay for it, I want to know what the hell's up with the Virtual Console. And we won't hear anything about the Virtual Console until they're ready to roll out the online service. And the reason is, it's pretty clear now that they would have rolled out the Virtual Console without the service, if they could. But the fact that they keep pushing that back and we've heard nothing, tells me that it's going to be an online subscription for Virtual Console games. I think all those rumors are going to be true. You're going to subscribe for those like $20 a year, and you'll be given a backlog of like NES and SNES games to start that you can just play ad infinitum without paying piecemeal for each one. What I don't know is there going to be an option to buy each game if you wanted to, so you have it forever on your system? Or will you have to have the online subscription? And then will you be streaming the games, or do you actually get to download the game and then it just plays until your subscription's dead? I don't know that either. But knowing Nintendo, they'll do something weird like you'll have to be online to play them or something stupid. I don't know. Something's gonna happen with that. It's gonna make me sad. Hold on, guys. I'm wondering if there's a input lag. I might have to close OBS and then reopen it. I think OBS is being weird. Might have to kill the stream and come back. That was stupid. Yeah, I saw that coming. What if I just went like, die! Ba 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 ba. Did that fix anything? Nope, it did not. Oh god, it's worse. Playing with lag is hard! Okay, that didn't work. Really strange. Sometimes, I don't know why OBS does this sometimes, it just kind of like... So right now I'm playing on the monitor off of OBS. It's easier for me to do that than to look at the TV, because then I'm not really like in front of the camera. The setup gets all weird. But every now and then, every rare, like, I don't know how often, it doesn't feel like it's that often, like, OBS starts getting laggy. It comes out perfectly on the stream, like, you guys aren't experiencing it, but I'm getting, like, input lag, and OBS is, like, it's jittering, it's, like, dropping frames for me. But the stream isn't dropping frames, which is good at least. But it makes it hard for me to play, so I might have to quit the program, reopen it, and it'll all be fixed. That usually always helps. Yeah, right now it's like impossible for me to aim. It's very difficult. Yay, dumb luck. Yeah, after this round... Ah. Oh man, turn it on and off again? I don't know if I can do that. I don't know if I have the strength. Alright, I'm gonna kill the stream and I'm coming back, guys. Be right back.